Someone asked me if they were the greatest pace quartet in history, and I would say without a shadow of a doubt, they are right up there. I mean, that's lovely from the great Alan Donald. How does that sound?
Yeah, that's obviously a message that we take with great honor. To be honest, to hear that from him, yeah, for me that gives me goosebumps. So yeah, very happy about that.
Do you feel as a quartet you kind of complement each other? I mean, you're obviously very tall, you get the ball to swing marker, you've got different qualities which we'll show in a moment, but particularly you, what are you trying to do with the new ball or with the ball when you get it in your hand?
Yeah, the general idea for me is just to stick around that off-stump area, and then if the ball swings back, then it's a bonus, and then if it carries on with the line, then I'm also happy, just to try and bring all modes of dismissal into play.
What are you doing if it doesn't swing?
Then I just try and work out the angle which I need to bowl to, whether it's coming closer to stumps or a bit wider or whatever the case may be. Obviously it depends on the batsman as well. So if it doesn't swing as much, then I try and get as close as possible to the stumps and then stick to that.
Okay, let's just bring up, because we'll show the qualities really of the four-pronged pace attack, and you can see here all slightly different. If you look at Anrik Nortje, you'll see the pace is average at just under 90 miles an hour. Kagiso Rapada gets a lot of seam movement, nearly 1% there. Lungi, your 78% of deliveries on a good length, and you can see the swing that we just talked about with Marco. So when you put all of that together, I mean, we don't know what conditions will be like today, but does it kind of suit all conditions, the four of you?
I think that's the beautiful thing about the attack. We all bring something different. So no matter what the conditions are, someone's going to tick a box in terms of, what they need to do on that day. And I think that really helps us in all conditions. Yeah.
Do you target any batters? I mean, we hear a lot of captains at the end of games talking about series, and we target the captain or we target the best batsman. Do you guys talk a lot about perhaps targeting Joe Root in this instance or not?
I think, to be honest, you just want to get their top five. Once you get in there, I mean, I think it really does open up the game. You don't really want to get any of these batsmen get off to a start. So, yeah, pretty much I think it's knocked the head of the snake, which is pretty much their top four, top five.
And they're all pretty aggressive, and they come at you, and they like to put you under pressure as a bowler. Now, do you feel slightly threatened by that, or do you quite like that because it means you can pick up wickets?
Yeah, it sometimes works in your favour, sometimes it doesn't. Just have to adapt accordingly, because if they come at you, obviously now and then they're going to create chances, but they can also take the game away from you. So it's just a matter of adapting on the day.
Do you change the way you bowl? If say Johnny Bairstow's coming at you and he's got a high back lift and he's looking to impose himself on you, does that make you slightly change the way you're trying to bowl, or is it just more of the same?
Well, it depends on which area he's trying to target, to be honest. With that high back lift, we know you probably don't want to give him any width, so maybe change the angle of the ball you're going to bowl, change the delivery of which way you're going to take it, and you shut down the area that he probably enjoys scoring in. Pretty much all formats of the game you try to do that, and I think it works in Test cricket as well.
How much chatting do you do amongst yourselves? I mean, assessing conditions, it's swinging, it's not swinging, lengths to bowl, pace to bowl, and all of that. Do you chat amongst yourselves?
Yeah, it's just whether it's at practice or at the hotel, whenever we want to really. We don't really talk about it as much, but like when it comes up, then it's productive chats. So yeah.
Have you guys found playing the IPL, you play a lot of one-day cricket, have you found adjusting to test match cricket so quickly?
I think for me, it's pretty simple. You want to bowl a ball on a good length, you want to hit the top of off and keep the run rate down. So, with all those skills that you learn in the white ball scene, it actually gets better with test cricket because you just simplify your game. There's no need for change-ups as much, but obviously if you're going to be smart and ahead of the game, you'll bring those in. But for me, it just gets simpler and simpler the longer the format gets.
Just looking at the Future Tours programme, I think you've got 28 test matches during that. England are playing 43. So do you see that as a bit of frustration because you're not going to play as much test match cricket? Do you feel 300 test match wickets or lots of money? How do you kind of get that balance right?
I think it is disheartening, to be honest, because obviously if you love the format, you really want to play it, and you see other teams get the opportunity to, and then you wonder why you can't, and that really does put a frown on my face. But yeah, I guess it is what it is. At the end of the day, we've got to make the most of those 28 that we have.